Welcome back to the Life and Lessons of Me. This is the second time I've recorded this podcast just because my microphone was acting weird and it wasn't really connected to anything, but I think it was just loose in the port in the back and I managed to fix it. So, and then I also, you know, wrapped some cords up, made it look a little nicer. And yeah, so this is what, a week and a day late. So I was on vacation, so, that is why there was no podcast last week, and there wasn't a podcast yesterday because I was lazy. Yay. So, on today's episode, I would like to talk about how you need to be pushed out of the nest. And what I mean by that is you need to almost be forced to face your problems, face your demons, whatever you want to call them. And, an example of this comes to mind currently. Um, so I have a couple friends who are dating, right? And it's not the best relationship, right? So my the girl is wanting to break up with the guy, and I think she's going to. And the reason being is because she cares about him and doesn't want him to, be like stuck in a relationship where he doesn't really care. So like she's putting in way more than he's putting in, and I think it's just because he doesn't know what he wants. So the person in question has some issues that they have to face, and they're not facing them, and it's just a difficult situation. I don't envy them, but they're ignoring it, and I'm one to talk because I've issues. I have a really short fuse. I get angry at nothing, and like I yell and scream. But here's the thing: everybody should face their problems, right? But the girl in this example is trying to force the guy to face his problems, because if he doesn't face his problems, they're still going to have issues. So she wants to break up with him so he has the opportunity to grow as a person, and the only way to do that is to force him to, like, you know so with me, I was depressed for a while, and I got out of it. Of course, there's days where it comes back, but then it goes away again. It's weird. It's like it's there for a day and then gone for a couple months. So ride the high, right? But anyway, I think this kid needs to be forced to have like some sort of reflection. Like, I don't know. I don't want him to be depressed, but in the same way, I think you have to, you know, be at your lowest to get to your highest. I don't know how that makes sense, but it does, because when you're at your lowest, you're like, this is ridiculous. What the heck? This is not worth it. And then you have to turn your ass around and be like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Here's the plan, you know? And it might not be a quick turnaround. It could be like, oh, I'm so sad for months. And then, it could be like, wow, I'm happy now. Like, so, so the girl cares about this guy a lot and wants him to grow and mature. But the only way to do that is to break up with him, which makes total sense. It's almost like ripping a band aid off, right? If you take a while to do it, it hurts more because it pulls your hair. If you just yank it off, it hurts for like a second. And then you're like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Right? So, in order to grow and realize what the issues are and kind of be able to focus on that and fixing that, what I said to her was, if he ends up, being, fine, he faces his demons, he comes out on top, which I think he will. It's, I said, eventually maybe you could get back together. Is it likely? Probably not. But because he doesn't know what he wants. He's got to face his problems, and then he can really know what he wants, right? So I'm at the point where I'm 19, right? Like, not getting any younger. So I kind of know what I want. I know what I would like to put into a relationship and get out, right? And this girl is a couple years older than this guy, which is fine, but they're on two different planets almost. Like, this girl is almost, I think she's 18, but right, she's 18 and he's 16, right? Okay, so not that weird. She's 17 now, but like she'll be 18. Um, so not weird age wise, but maturity wise is the big difference. Like, so for me, I'm 19, so 18 plus. But for me, it's like age doesn't really matter. More so, maturity level matters. And this kid he's 16. He's immature. Like, it's not his fault. He just like an older dude knows what they want, right? And they've probably faced their problems already, right? So this kid, he's 16. He needs to face his issues and come out on top. And then by the time he's my age, he'll be like me. He knows what he wants, whatever. And for the longest time, I was desperate. I was like, I want a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend, right? But then I think he's the same way. He's like, I want a girlfriend, but it doesn't matter who it is. So like right now, I think he's like, I have a girlfriend. I'm gonna keep it that way, even if I don't like her. Like, it's just, I have a girlfriend. It. Whereas me now, I'm like, I don't have a girlfriend. Would it be nice? Yeah. Am I looking? Sorta. But am I gonna be like picky? Probably, yeah. Because at this point, why am I going to not be picky? In terms of personality, like, I want a girl who's this is this. If you're not this, this, and this, it's probably not gonna work out. So that is maturity. I think it's where you're actually looking for something that's worth putting in a lot of time. It's bigger than like a silly high school relationship. Like, yeah. So I think this girl is more so on my level. Like, doesn't want a high school relationship. And this kid, um, he doesn't know what he wants. He's 16. He's still got a lot of time. So I think in order for him to figure out his problems, he has to, be kind of forced into this, low point, right? So the whole point of this podcast is me saying that if you're at your lowest point right now, it can only go up, right? So think about that. If you feel, one way or another, whatever, you're at your lowest point. The only way forward is up, right? So I want the tattoo Semper Fi on me somewhere. I don't know where, but it means always forward. It's the Marines motto, but no, the most important thing is always forward, right? So I believe in God, right? So God is always trying to push us to be our best selves, right? And sometimes the way to do that is to give us our lowest point, you know, and make us realize, hey, the only way up, the only way forward is up. So that is what I will leave you with today. As always, thanks for listening. And I've activated listener support. So if you want to support the podcast and future podcasts, or even future content on YouTube or whatever, you can go to my website, the Anchor website. It's linked everywhere on my social medias and stuff like that. So as always, thank you for watching the life and lessons of me or listening, and I will catch you on the next one.